Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nkanyane, and if you are new to this channel, welcome. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And for the service, hello guys, hello, welcome back for the content. Well, yeah, on this video I will try to look at the camera, because I'm not used to this. This is my second video, so I hope you like it, guys. I hope you like it. This will be about my birth story. Whew. Where do I even begin? Okay, so guys, as I told you on the previous video about the time that I found out I was pregnant, I got a little bit into like giving birth and going to the hospital and all that. So if you haven't watched it, you can go and watch it so that you can follow up on this video. So yeah, as I was in the clinic, I was having contractions, but they were not severe, so they decided that they want to call an ambulance so that I can go to the hospital, because they're the doctors, and they are more experienced in such things. So I went to the hospital. Whew. Guys, each and every moment in that ambulance, I felt like that was the end of me. I felt like I was dying, literally. I just gave up in life. I gave up in living. I was like, this is the end of me, guys. And the ambulance was so fast. And bear in mind, I was alone at the back of the ambulance. So I don't know if I gave birth, how it was gonna be, because I was all alone. The people who were driving the ambulance were in the front. So those are the perks of going to a public hospital, I guess, because they don't really care much about what happens to you or anything like that. For a moment I thought, people don't like their jobs, guys. Like, why would you work in a hospital or like drive ambulances if you don't want to help? Because there were two of those drivers. I don't know whether they're called paramedics. Yeah, so the other one was supposed to be with me at the back because I'm having contractions. I can give birth at any time, but she was just seated in the front. They were both in the front. They didn't even look at me, and they were so fast, guys. They were so fast. Oh, my life, like, back at the van was just like go. Yo, I never ever want to relive that ever in my life. Yo, never. The next time I give birth, I'm going to a private hospital. So after that, I got to the hospital, and I waited in a queue, and this other lady came and she told me that Naina, she's due, and she's been like having contractions, and they've been telling her to go back home because the baby was not there yet. So they told her to come back that day so that they can induce the labor. Then we waited in the queue. It's around 2 a.m. We are in the queue and we are waiting. They're not even calling me. There was this other lady who was crying. I don't know what was happening with her. Yo, she was crying, guys. She was making noise, and they were telling her to keep quiet. They were just like, hey, when our rasa man, hey, what rasa, keep quiet. Yo, that's why it's so good. This is hell, guys. This is hell. Then we waited in the queue and they signed us in. After signing us in, they gave us clothes so that we can change, and they gave us beds. When I got into that labor ward, there were like more than 20 women. There were like more than 20 women who were in labor. Some of them, their labors are induced. Some of them they are due, but the baby is like it's not coming. So they keep them in the hospital, and like it was a mess, guys. When I got to that room, I found my bed and then I slept on it, and there was this other lady who was screaming her lungs out. She was screaming her lungs out, guys. She took off her clothes. She was just like crying and calling nurses. Yo, it was a mess. and then they took her out. I think she had a seizure after that because her water broke, but she was not giving birth. And I think they said that it kept on breaking, the water kept on breaking, but like she couldn't give birth. So I think they took her to Caesar or something. I tried to sleep. I couldn't sleep, guys. I couldn't sleep. But the pains were like, the contractions would come for like a minute, 2 minutes, and then they would go, and I would feel a little better. When I'm still thinking that I'm feeling better, they come back again. Good guys, you go mad. Like in the labor ward, you will go crazy because those things are not normal. The contractions are not normal. I don't know how God made those things. So after that, I it was around 5, and then the nurses came and they told us to come so that we can go and bath. Oof. Oof. Public hospitals, guys. The bathroom was dirty. It was filthy. It was so dirty, guys, and the water was cold. I don't know how they expected us to bath in cold water. The toilets were blocked. So you would go into a blocked toilet and you pee. Like we were supposed to pee in these other cups so that they can check our urine. I don't know what they were checking. But you would go to the bathroom and you pee. There was urine in the floor. Like it was a mess, guys. I was like, oh, I've never seen this before. Then after that, they took our BPs and they were checking us. No, my baby was not coming, Shem. He wasn't. When they checked, they was like, you were still in 1 centimeter. And I have to get into like, my uterus has to open until I think 10 centimeters or 8 so that you can be able to push the baby. So Mina, I'm still in 1. Ever since yesterday, I'm still in 1. I couldn't believe it, guys. I couldn't believe it. Then I was like, yo, I am dying. I didn't even know where I left my phone or where my things were. I didn't care. I didn't care. Like I was in so much pain. And then after they checked, they told me that it's still on 1. Then we went and queued for food, and then we got food. After, like when we were eating, all the other people were okay. They were eating well, like they were seated, they were fine. Then there was me on the other side. I was restless, guys. I would sit on my back. I would do things like this. I was in so much pain, but I'm still 1 centimeter. Imagine, guys. Then there was this other lady, Naina. She was having contractions, but I think she was having her second baby, so she knew like how those things goes. So after a few minutes, they called her in and she gave birth. Then I saw her passing me. Like I think it was around 12. She passed me and I was like, oh my goodness, I wish that was me, because now I feel like dying, guys. I feel like dying. And then this other lady came to me, the nurse, because they were checking. There was a doctor who was checking us, like he was checking how it's going, you know, like we would queue in a line and he was checking us. So the lady saw me that I was so restless, and she told me, okay, go and queue that side where people are giving birth, and then we'll come and assist you, because we see that when your contractions are severe and you might give birth anytime. So I went that side and I sat there and I waited. People were giving birth. Then when I was waiting, this other lady came and she asked me, what are you doing here? And that one, the nurse who told me to go that side, came and she said no, she was acting restless that side. So I told her to come this side so that she can give birth. And that lady was like, oh, okay, so you were misbehaving, Wena. It means you are misbehaving. You will be the last person that the doctor checks. You will be the last in the line. Guys, the way I was in so much pain, I couldn't even answer her. I couldn't even defend myself that I was told to come this side and I was not misbehaving. I just kept quiet and I looked at her. And then after that, I sat for a few minutes and they told me that when the water breaks, you call us. Then suddenly I felt like the water broke. Like I just felt so wet. I felt so wet. And then I called the nurse and I was like, nurse, the water is breaking. What, hey. And I was like, okay, go into the room. And then I went into the room, and then after that they came and checked, and they were like, yeah, the water broke, but there is still water inside. So I think they took a needle, I don't know if it's a needle or what they call it, and then they pinched the ball inside, and then more water came out. Then I don't know how that happened. Like, do you imagine a needle inside you? Then after that, more water came out, and then they called the doctor, and he checked me, and he said, you are now on 3 centimeters, so you shouldn't push the baby. Like, you should just wait. Then I said, okay, fine. And then they put like this big belt in my belly. I think they said it was tracking the baby's movement or heartbeat or something. So when the baby moves, there is a machine on the side. When the baby moves, that machine, like, it what does it do? Should I say it types? Like, it draws a graph. So, and when the baby stops, the machine stops, and it makes this sound, guys. So yo, that it would drive me crazy, guys. Like, it would drive me literally crazy. I was so mad, and I was in so much pain. And then they put this other pipe inside, and it was getting urine from yeah, my bladder. So I wouldn't pee on myself. Like, the urine would just come out on itself, or when because the baby, like, when the baby is grown and it's big, it sits on the bladder. So like you always want to pee, so they didn't want me to stand up and go and pee, so the urine was just coming out. Then and then the nurses were saying that they're about to knock off. I think it was around 2, and they were supposed to go home. I don't know what time they were supposed to leave. I think around 4. And the nurse that was working with me was so kind, guys. She was so kind, and I was like, you know what, this is the nurse that I am going to like, that is going to help me give birth well, because I can't be with rude people. So I just said, you know what, God, this is the end of me. I don't know how many times I gave up in that bed, and they told me to sleep on my was it on my right side? I think it was on my right side. Yeah, I can't remember. But like, you have to sleep on one side. You can't sleep on your back or on the other side. You have to sleep on one side, guys. One side. I just prayed to God, and I said, God, you know what? This is the end of me. I know I am dying. It's either I die or the baby dies, or we both die. I have accepted my fate. Guys, I saw heaven open for me. I saw heavens open, guys. I was like, God, please accept my soul. I'm so sorry. I apologize for each and everything that I did in this world. Accept me. Now I give up. You know that moment when I said, I surrender all to you, Lord. If I die, it's fine. Then I felt this urge to push, you know, and then and they told us that if you feel like you wanna do number 2, you just call their names and they'll come. So I felt like I wanted to do number 2. Then I started pushing, guys. I pushed once, and I called the nurse. I was like, nurse, yeah, nurse, hello. So I was like, hey, Misha, we are coming. And she ran into the room. When she ran into the room, the head was already there. Guys, if I tell you that number 2 was already there, number 2 was already done, guys. It was already there. Then she came, and I was like, oh, we go through a lot. Then she was like, stop pushing, let me help you. She wore gloves and all that, and she was like, okay, push now. I pushed, I think twice or once, because I didn't even take a minute to push. I was just like, I'm giving this my all, and I pushed, and the baby came out, and then I felt this relief. Like, it was relief. And then she put the baby here on my chest. Best thing that I have ever felt in my life. Like, the love comes naturally. I just felt like, you know what, I am now a mom. I am a mom now. It was so amazing, guys. It was so amazing. Like, I looked at my baby, yo, and he was yellow. He was yellow because he did number 2 on himself. I think I can really didn't say anything. So he was yellow. He was so dirty because he was apparently he was tired. So when a baby is inside and they are taking long to move, they get tired and they do number 2. I think after doing number 2, that's when they just give up and they can die or anything like that. So yeah, now he had done number 2. He was yellow, guys. And after that, I think she injected me somewhere, I don't know, somewhere here, and then she said this is for the placenta, and then she put something inside and she took the placenta out. At that time I was numb, I was not feeling anything. She took the placenta out, and then after that she told me I'm gonna stitch you. So now that I'm going to stitch you, I need you to stand still, and we are gonna finish now. Like, it won't take a long time for us to finish. And then she took my baby and she wrapped him up, and then she put him on the side, and she told me to open up my legs. So I opened up my legs, and she was stitching me. So I was cooperative, guys. I was cooperative. I was cooperating. I was just like, my legs, stitch. I think I had about 5 stitches. I think I had about 5 stitches. So because I pushed the baby without them informing me or without them cutting me first, so the baby like just tore everything when he came out. He just tore each and everything. It was a mess down there. Then after that, after stitching me, she gave me a pad, and they took the sheets off the bed, and they put new ones, and then she gave me new clothes to wear. And then they took everything out, like they rolled it and they took it out. And then she said, okay, now we are done. So you put this pad. When you wear the pad, you're not supposed to wear an underwear. You're supposed to wear the pad alone. That time you're bleeding like hell, guys. You're bleeding. It's more like a lot of blood is coming out of your feet, you know. So she told me, you're gonna put this in between your legs. So you're supposed to close your legs, girl. After giving birth, after being stitched, after everything, you're gonna close your legs, because if you don't, the pad is gonna fall. You have to make sure it doesn't fall. You have to hold it with your legs. So I am never going back. Never. No matter, guys. No matter. Yeah. So after that, I took my baby. Yo, I was so happy. I felt like the world needs to know that, you know what, I did it. I have a baby now. I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of myself. I was so happy that I brought someone into the world. I actually carried a life and brought him into this world, you know. Then we went out, and then they showed us a room for new moms. And when we got to the room, I was so happy. I was here. I was talking non-stop, guys. I was happy. I was calling my parents. I was calling my friends. I was like, yay, Nina, I gave birth. I was so excited. And then I sat on the bed, and yeah, everything was fine. So like, we had lunch. So when you have lunch, you have to leave your baby like on the bed, and you go and eat food. Imagine, you just brought a person into the world. Those kids look alike, and you have to put your baby there and leave him there sleeping. And guys, I was so scared. I was always looking at the room. No one enters, no one takes my baby, no one steals my baby. And then we ate, and then after that we even ate supper, and they told us that they were gonna discharge us the next day. So they had to write like these letters for us, so that we can, when we go to Home Affairs to make certificates, they are gonna need those letters. Then in the morning the next day, my mom came to get me, and then she was telling me that I have come to get you. And I said, okay, fine. They're still checking us. So in the morning you have to queue, and go to the doctor, so that they inject us with what is it called? But an injection to prevent pregnancy. So we went in the queue, and then we queued, and then after that they checked the stitches. Guys, that time I had to bath with cold water because blood is coming out. I had to bath with cold water, and then she's checking the stitch, and then after, like, when she's checking the stitch, she takes like this spirit, so I think it's a white spirit, and she has to damp it there on the stitch. And you don't have to say, you don't, you have to keep quiet, because when you did this, you did this for yourself, you did it to yourself, you have to keep quiet, and they do whatever they want to do. Oh guys, I'm a daughter wafana what I die, I suka. So after doing that, they injected us with the prevention injection, and then after that went back to the room, and then we got dressed and they discharged us. When I came out of that hospital, I felt like a hero, guys. I felt like they had to throw a party at home for me to celebrate. Just to celebrate that I gave birth. When I got home, I was like, Mom, you know what? You guys have to celebrate me. And my family was so supportive. My younger sisters, my siblings, those kids, I love them so much. They were there for me, you know, like they would carry my baby. They were so excited. They were so happy. The pain was worth it, guys. It was worth it. I don't regret going through the pain. I don't regret giving birth. I don't regret keeping the baby. I absolutely love my baby. To subscribe, guys. Subscribe, man. Imahala. It's free, guys. Just subscribe and like the video. Thank you so much. Let me know if you like it, and also share your experiences with me on the comment section. Thank you so much, guys.